Started off with my bad luck, watching you go. Told me you ran out of love, breaking slow, and you know it's not enough for me. When you say it's over, never was the gravity that pulled me closer. It's harder now, we shut it down so we can focus on ourselves. Hoping you'd come around, thought we could fix what's burning out. But my words you spun, it's gone far enough, it's already done. Not making this easy for me. Stop believing I'm meant to be. You're making it hard to breathe. Is it too much to pick myself up from the lies you keep? Holding on to what we had dragged me down deeper. Now I can't go back. You let me drown, fighting just to catch my breath. When I know it's over, is it really how this ends? Lost all composure. Would Father know I'm breaking down, losing myself along this road. Find a way to make it out, pick up the pieces of my soul. But I'm too far gone, nowhere to run. I'm already done. Not making this easy for me. Stop believing I'm meant to be. You're making it hard to breathe. Is it too much to pick myself up from the lies you keep? Down on myself, and lately I've been trying to bend, but I'm just breaking. You're a burden I don't wanna carry, but I can't let it go. I know I tried to start a fire and it burned me. I can tell just by the color that my heart has been turning. It's a burden I don't wanna carry, so please release my soul. Diamond rings and everything you buy hurt. Doesn't change that she'll always be a liar, a liar. And yeah, I know how much you love to hate me, so I've been telling myself lately I'm over you for the most part, and for the most part I'm over you. It's not enough for me to say I'm sorry, I should've listened to you when you told me I'm over you for the most part, and for the most part I'm over you. Feeling bad about myself and maybe for once I won't let this depression take me. So it's a burden on my heart to carry. Diamond rings and everything you buy her doesn't change that she'll always be a liar, a liar. And yeah, I know how much you love to hate me, so I've been telling myself lately I'm over you for the most part, and for the most part I'm over you. It's not enough for me to say I'm sorry, I should've listened to you when you told me I'm over you for the most part, and for the most part I'm over you. Over you for the most part, for the most part I'm over you.
They're all here. He activated the table, so he must be around somewhere.
He just signed on.
For your sake, I hope not. There's the music.
I'm hearing pretzel as well. That's the thing.
Buddy, you here? There it goes.
Alright, good morning. It's early as shit. It's 8:30 on the 9th of June, and it's time for some D&D. We're in session 96 of Odyssey, the Dragonlords, titled Dancing Through Life. We had a fun session last week. No combat again, though. It was like 2 or 3 weeks in a row now, no fighting. But we'll do a recap, and we'll see what happens. If Acadia is here.
Good morning, everybody. I hope I have a better connection than last week. Streaming live from Austin, Texas. We begin the session on our 98th day together with 33 days remaining of the Oath of Peace. Arcadia was able to get little information from the Grand Master of the Temple of the Shadow. She did learn that those that study in the temple will not be seen unless they want to be seen. They know about the party and that they are the heroes and that we are the heroes of the Oracle, thanks to Nico's loose tongue. They allow people to train with them if they are found worthy. Flaws they find in the party: Demetrius is way too loud, Gravik is a little undead, Arcadia breathes too loud, but they think that can be fixed, at least with Arcadia, along with Nico's loose tongue and excessive drinking and Corbin's numerous attachments. When Arcadia asks if they know of our quest to save the world, they say they do not worship our gods, and maybe it's our gods who are plotting the destruction of the world. She asks them if they have heard of a god named Orcus, and some of the individuals on the second floor murmur in response. When they ask her what she knows about Orcus, she says she's heard two opposing opinions about him: one that he is the head of the pantheon of gods and leads them, and the other that he is trying to reap souls for power. She is careful not to choose a side in front of them, and they do not respond. She asks if they have heard of the clash between the Titans and the Five, and they ask her, but Lutheria is dead, is she not? And they say it would be just a clash between a Titan and the alleged Five. Apparently, Sidon also needs to be stopped. They have heard of the vampires plaguing the city, and they have also heard of Kit and Darius, and that once he learned that she was with child, that he up and left. They know of Arcadia as an Amazon leader, and when she asks if she can do a task for them in exchange for some lessons, they won't take money, but ask her if she is Pythor's daughter. She doesn't exactly confirm it, but when she says she might have his ear and be able to be close to him, they say, interesting. They tell her they are always watching and not to call them, they'll call her. Arcadia bows, and when she stands from bowing, they are gone. She heads back to the Ultros. Meanwhile, Demetrius asks Verena to take her tieflings discreetly into Aregia and see what she can find out about people that might want to buy some centaur bones and what use they might have. And as he emerges from below deck, Estrella gets smacked with some poo from Junior. Demetrius chases him off by hitting him with a little stone and washes Estrella off, telling her not to eat the poo. Nico comes stumbling up the plank. He has a small keg on his shoulder. Demetrius convinces him to take a few days' break from alcohol, and that he will help him dry out. Gravik gathers the party, and the Miramac joins them. He opens his bag and dumps gold on the ground. All three dragons rush for it. Gravik is able to stop Aziz, but Demetrius is not able to stop Estrella. Corbin lets vengeance go for the gold. And Gravik divides the gold to the party, 2,000 gold each, minus 10 for vengeance and 7 for Estrella. When the Miramac asks about what it would get, Gravik says it's between the five, and it observes that we do not share things equally in our society. When Gravik explains we're the ones that fight the monsters, Demetrius tells the Miramac when it does something heroic, it will get gold as well. And then it asks, but what about earlier when... But it stops itself. Demetrius says it was too simple a task, then quickly changes the subject, asking if anyone has spoken to Narcissus, which we haven't. Gravik hands Aziz 106 golds, who struggles and grumbles as he flies up with it to his perch. He won't tell Gravik what's bothering him until Gravik threatens not to give him any more gold, and he complains that Gravik gave the gold to the others, and he wants it all for himself. Looks at Gravik like he's a very stubborn teenager, and he mocks him as he flies away. Gravik responds by telling him he will make his, they're going to have a lesson the next day, and he will make it extra dry. And some poop purposely lands next to Gravik, who tells him he will have power point to death. Demetrius tells Gravik that's not how that works with dragons. They respect strength and size, and that Gravik needs to show Aziz that he can fight. Corbin waited for the party to all be together to tell Chuck about the strange monks and what they tried to do to Kyra's body. We tell him they looked like monks and used stunning strike. Corbin shows him the image of the tattoo Gravik found in the dead one, and Chuck recoils. He tells us they are members of a faction dedicated to Orcus that broke off when the rest of Aregia would not convert to his worship. Curious about what timeline we're in, Demetrius asks Chuck what kind of shape Pythor is in. Chuck says he wasn't fat during the games, but prior to that he was a little chunky. He does not know of the alternate purple-haired steampunk Kyra, and does not think the five gods are evil. He also seems to believe Lutheria is dead, and that Orcus, who is not the leader of the pantheon of gods, is trying to take over and gains power through people's souls. Corbin asks where we can find the faction, and Chuck thinks they are south of the city. When Arcadia tells him Darius has disappeared to the south of the city, Chuck turns and spits on the ground, saying, bastard. It turns out that he came to the regular monks and asked about Orcus, and Chuck thinks he has joined the rogue monks. Demetrius wants to scry for Darius in order to lead us to the rogue monks so we can attack them, and when Chuck hears that, he calls us fools, says he wants nothing to do with it, hopes to see us alive again, and leaves. Based on Chuck's unburnt appearance and the differing opinions about Orcus, we are concerned the timelines are merging. Arcadia is going to get some of Darius's hair from Kit so Gravik can scry her for him, but first she tells the party about the vampires. She doesn't necessarily want to go after them, but she wants us to be prepared in case we run into them. She asks Gravik how they can be hurt, and he says fire, sunlight, a stake through the heart, decapitation, and holy water. Nico has a sunlight spell, and Gravik says it could weaken them and keep them from regenerating. And this is probably what would happen in this session, but we said that once he starts detoxing, Nico will remember that Taurus referred to his Fennel, Minotaurs, and Mitros as slaves, and also that the Temple of Narcissus is inaccessible. Demetrius says to the Mirrormech, no breaking shit, and the Mirrormech asks if he should bring his spear along. Demetrius tells him no and leaves to the officer's deck. Arcadia asks if the Mirrormech made a spear for itself. It's made a shield for itself. But it leads it to telling her that and Gravik about Demetrius taking it off the ship, finding what it thinks are random people, and killing them without cause, taking some bones they were transporting. One was almost already dead, and Demetrius told the Mirrormech it needed to blood its weapon, so it stabbed the person and killed it. It feels horrible about killing. Arcadia tells it should continue to feel that way because it is a very serious thing to take another life. Gravik purposely intensifies its guilt by telling it it's a murderer. Arcadia tells it that taking another creature's life is a big decision that she doesn't think it's equipped to make because everything here is so new to it. She does tell it can defend itself if it feels it will die otherwise, and when it asks what Bahamut says about death, Gravik tells it Bahamut is a god of justice, which means it can defend itself, but that it cannot kill indiscriminately for its own selfish ends. He tells it can redeem itself by trying to help people from now on and protect the weak and innocent. But Arcadia says it's not its fault as it was led into this by Demetrius, and she goes to talk to Demetrius. Demetrius' side of the story is that he was thinking about their talk earlier about how maybe the Mirrormech is a better ally than an enemy, so he wanted to see what it was made of. He took it out for a ride, and that's when he saw something suspicious, a camp of bandits. They started the fight, and he ended it. They were dealing in stolen centaur bones. He reassures Arcadia the Mirrormech is nothing, that it's weak. But Arcadia reminds him how quickly it learns and says what she's more concerned about rather than Arcadia teaching it to fight, rather than Demetrius teaching it to fight, is him teaching it to look for fights. Arcadia tells the Mirrormech again to, if it has any questions, to come to her, which was one of the rules of the ship she gave it, and asks it what it would like her to call it. It says Calandra, the name of the person it killed. And she asks it if it had ideas for other names before that, and it tells her Yvette or Gaia, both names it had heard in passing. And Arcadia says she will call it Gaia Calandra, because Gaia is the goddess of life, and Calandra will remind it of death. One cannot live without the other, but to deal death is a very serious thing, and it will always be its choice. Arcadia gets Darius's hair from Kit, and while she's there, she asks her what her relationship with Ileana and her status among the Amazons is. She says she is married and the commander of the Amazons, which is the alternate timeline. Gravik scries on Darius, and Arcadia recognizes him. He is eating dinner and does not look like a captive. We count about 51 others, all identically dressed like Arisian monks. It is nighttime. We can't identify where they are, so Gravik casts lightning bolt to cause a flash in the night sky to see if it shows up. It does not. And when Gravik asks if anyone else has any powerful illuminating spells that can light the sky up, Gaia suggests Fireball. And after giving it Bat Guano, we find that it can cast the spell because it saw Gravik cast the spell when we were on the island. It does not, the light does not show up where the monks are, but 15 seconds later, Gravik hears it. The monks do not respond. So we abandon the idea to pursue the monks. Arcadia says perhaps she can talk with the queen and negotiate some sort of payment if we get rid of the vampires, and fills the party in on what she discovered in the gymnasium and Temple of the Shadow. Demetrius suggests finding the Pegasus for Nico, and we end up deciding to spend one more day in Arisia to investigate it as thoroughly as possible before leaving. Demetrius initially wants to go to the constellation of the dragon to confront Hexia, but Arcadia says just because something is named something doesn't mean that is there. And also, even though she wants to get Hexia is an ancient dragon, oath bound to Ochos Archelander as one of the Dragonlords. So Demetrius will set the Antikythera to the constellation of the Dreamer, which was one of the constellations that Zymor in our world suggested we go. We decide to rest, but before that, Gravik reminds Aziz that they will start studying the basics of the weave at dawn. When Demetrius boasts that Gaia didn't learn his paladin magic, excuse me, Gaia responds by not only activating Form of Dread, but also by doing lay on hands. Gravik goes below deck, and before he goes to sleep, he puts Steel Wind Strike into his ring of spell storing. Corbin goes to Demetrius' quarters to check on Kyra. Demetrius has put her in a wooden storage box a day or two ago, and when Corbin opens the box, we find it is completely empty. We tried the pickle. Nico tries the pickle and then scries for Kyra, but there is no response. And when we wonder if it has to do with the timelines, Corbin and Arcadia check their helms of the Medusa, and the heads are back in them, which is the original timeline. Nico scries on the oracle, and when he sees her in the crystal ball, she looks right at him and says, "What? What do you want?" And she looks like the one Corbin knows. And when Nico scries on Pythor, we hear loud snoring, and neither a fat nor muscular Pythor, like one who's caught in the middle. We see a plate of cheesy potatoes and a cask of booze lying next to him. He is not in a room on the Ultros. Demetrius says that now that we're possibly in our world, if Gaia goes out and tries to talk to the Queen and tries to get them out of that dome, he's going to have to kill it. And Arcadia tells him, no, this is a decision that he made, that she warned him about, and that we made a promise. And then Demetrius continues, if he gets an army, he wants to wage a war on both Arisia and Mitros, as they do not like centaurs. I use Twitch points to give Gravik a magic item, which ends up to be a 4th level spell scroll with the spell Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum. We take a long rest. Gravik wakes up early and calls Aziz for his lesson. There is no response. He walks up the mast to Aziz's perch and finds him passed out. He gently takes a handful of gold coins and Aziz's eye pops open. Gravik holds the coins over the edge like he's going to drop them, and when Aziz complains it's too early, Gravik drops a coin, then eventually all the coins, causing a fight between them, with Aziz breathing fire and Gravik casting lightning lure. Finally, Gravik casts Bigby's hand. The Mirror-Mech sees this. Gravik grabs Aziz out of the air. The other dragons are agitated watching this. Corbin and Demetrius flank Gravik and tell him to stop. Arcadia tells Gaia none of this is worth learning. It is a waste of time and she will see it later. She walks off the ship. Demetrius casts command on Gravik and commands him to stop. Gravik goes prone and the spell wears off anyway. Aziz looks very sad and pathetically flies back up to the top of the mast. Demetrius tries to advise Gravik on raising a dragon, but Gravik tells him to mind his old goddamn business, so Demetrius walks away. Corbin and Nico go to leave the ship. Nico convinces Demetrius to join him, and Demetrius makes him on the condition that Nico will take the heat from Arcadia when they cause trouble. Nico's nerves are shot. He's ready to kill somebody because he hasn't been drinking and is looking for a fight. Gravik stays on the ship to tend his wounds and to deal with Aziz's bad behavior. Aziz is pouting with his back towards Gravik. Gravik successfully copies his new spell into his spellbook. He hasn't drunk his proper allotment in a while and is a little bloodthirsty. Arcadia left probably 5 to 10 minutes before the boys will have as we start this session, but we end the session on our 99th day together with, actually, who knows how many days remaining of the Oath of Peace.
Who knows how many days are remaining? Could be tomorrow. Could be right now. Who knows? All right. So let's get going. So Arcadia left like 5 to 10 minutes before the boys did, and then the boys are still having a penis showing contest, I guess, or a pissing contest. You know how they are. And well, Sketh is MIA, so maybe if somebody dropped a fireball on his ass, he'd wake up.
OD'd on maple syrup.
Demetrius will be leaving Astraea back on the ship because if they get into any trouble, he doesn't want her to be affected.
Okay. Of course, yeah. She is not. She's not happy about this. So the boys are all leaving, right? Except for Gravik.
Yep. Apparently, Gravik's staying behind.
Scolding his dragon.
Poor dragon.
He's still fighting with his dragon.
Poor dragon.
Corbin
Okay.
would call over his shoulder, I told you you'd go blind.
Yeah, I told you to go blind. Alright, so while the boys are all hanging out, let's go Arcadia as she heads into she leaves the ship. She doesn't leave the ship alone. No, does she?
Yeah, Arcadia goes, walks off the ship, and then she comes back, actually, after having second thoughts, which is something that she had been toying with the idea when this fight was going on, and she goes back and she gathers Gaia, and they walk off the ship together while the boys are all distracted with the fighting. And she takes it aside, pulls it aside, and explains to it the difference as best she can between, as we would know in our gaming, the difference between intelligence and them. And she says to it, you are getting a lot of information, potentially very powerful information that you are not equipped because you have not had experience in this world to know whether or not to use it. So I need you to trust me and listen to what I say. I am taking you off of the ship because I don't know what might happen with you again if I leave you alone. But I want you to just listen and observe, and I will explain to you my motivations when I can. The first thing you should learn is that people in this world sometimes do not take kindly to things they do not understand. And so I'm going to ask you to maybe hide in my bag of holding here. Or also, can you cast a minor illusion? I know Corbin cast that to try to disguise when we left the island.
And it will ask you to describe minor illusion.
And she says it's a spell that you can cause it to an item or yourself to look like something different.
And it thinks for a moment, and then it uses it.
And what?
It uses it.
Wow, okay. So she wonders if she thinks it might just be better if it just can climb into her bag of holding and peep its head out, but make it look like I don't know, a piece of cloth or material or something that would be sticking out of a bag.
Okay. Let me double check.
She figures since vengeance originally fit into Corbin's bag of holding, there should be plenty of room for this thing.
Oh, this thing's also, I think, a medium creature.
Oh, is it really? It's that big?
No, actually, no. No mind. It's small. Yeah, it is a small boy. Or girl. Who knows? It's a small thing. Sure. It will climb in, and it will ask you what to be.
She thinks for a moment and says, maybe I just the end of a piece of clothing or something, or a blanket.
Oh. And it will turn into this.
But she asks if it has any questions.
If any questions, ask. We'll ask if I have any questions.
She says, but not in front of people. But she asks before she leaves because she wants it to be quiet. Does Gaia have any questions?
No.
Okay, she's going to head into the city, and it's really early though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to. She's not sure if anything is open, so she's just going to get. But she thinks she will head. She imagines the shop's closed. She believes probably the palace is closed, so she's going to head to the Temple of the Elements because that was someplace that. You know what? Yeah, she's going to go there first.
Temple of Okay. So coming up, this temple is located near the center of the city, in the heart of the market district. From inside, even though it's morning, you can be heard the crunching of rocks, the crackling of fire, the splashing of water, and the rushing of wind.
Okay, she walks to the entrance and bows before entering.
Okay. You see that there are many people here, and they're bustling around. Just some are practicing, like some fire elemental. Some are practicing, like playing with the water. Some are messing with wind. Some are crunching rocks.
Wow, so does it look like they're doing magic?
No.
Oh, no? She would look. Are there instructors or?
They
just
all
people practicing.
They all look alike.
Oh, they all look. Do they all look like monks or something?
Yes.
Are they all men?
No.
She will. Are there like? Is there an observation deck or benches or something like that?
Yes, but this is more kind of. Okay, well, here's a good example. You lived in Seattle, so the fish market, like how it's.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it's kind of set up like that, like people kind of running around like that.
Okay, well then she will just. Are there other people there that are not training like her?
Yes.
Okay, well then she would go and look around.
And you hear from behind you a deep voice saying, "Ah, you must be Arcadia."
And she turns and looks.
And before you is a massive minotaur.
And she bows. And she says, "You have the advantage of knowing me. Who are you, may I ask?"
I am Taurus. I met your companion Nicodemus yesterday. We had quite a few drinks, if you will. He's a good man. He likes to talk a lot, but he's a good man.
She nods and says, "Yes, he does enjoy his drink. What might I ask is this place? The Temple of Elements, I see. So, is this magic?"
Magic? No. No magic here. And he gives you kind of like a small wink. But we work in we oversee the bazaar and keep an eye out for smugglers. You're not a smuggler, are you?
A smuggler? She says, what did he say at first? They're in the bazaar?
They oversee the bazaar.
Oh, and she says, "No, I'm not a smuggler."
And he kind of cocks an eyebrow and says, "Keep it that way. Not in my city."
And she says, "We ran into some members of a faction that were trying to smuggle a corpse out of Mitros, and apparently we're going to bring it here. Do you have some sort of... Is there some sort of market here for corpses?"
And he kind of looks.
It was the corpse of a companion of ours, and we fought to protect it, and we were able to keep them from taking it.
And he looks at you and, was your companion a centaur?
No, but we also ran into some bandits that had some, it looked like very cleaned bones of centaurs.
Ah. They are those, they like to, what do they say, an old wives' tale, would they like to do things with those bones, and they think it gives them longevity and also more strength if they ingest and do things with these bones.
Do you have a lot of problems with these people who steal the centaur bones? Is that a big business here?
Not in my city, if I can help it. But some do get away from time to time.
Well, I'll be on the lookout for anything of that nature. We do have I'm guessing Nico told you about Ametrius. He is a centaur paladin, and he came across some bandits with those bones. That's how I know about it.
Oh, I've heard all about Demetrius and his ways.
Well, please.
Uh-oh, you could. Oh, there goes your internet connection. Or is it me?
Yep. I like.
Nope, not me. Bueller? Bueller?
He's having internet problems again.
Yeah.
Could be time to rejoin the boys.
Could be time to rejoin the boys as we jump over to the boys. And hopefully the boys are not as crazy as the boys are in the TV show. So,
You can hope.
yeah, so Corbin, Demetrius, Nicodemus, you leave the ship and you walk up to the gates, and it is early morning, and one of the guards sees you all coming, and he kind of calls back, and another guard comes up, and another guard, and they're just kind of watching.
I
Go
will
ahead.
wear my. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I will wear my golden baldric across my chest, which is like one of those things that you get if you're an arena champion.
Mm-hmm.
And the gates were closed, you said?
No, they're open.
Okay, then I'll just walk through.
Okay, they're just watching. And as you guys are walking through, it's early morning, so like, if you know anything, kind of like by like bigger cities, especially with like markets and stuff, the early bird gets the worm, if you will. And some people see you walking up, and they cross the street, if you will.
I will turn to Nico and say, so Nico, what's there to do in this city?
Well, there's plenty to do. I spent almost the whole afternoon in the Red Lotus, and stumbled home after. But I think Acadia managed to get to a couple other places. But there is a gymnasium we could go to, I heard. Perhaps we'd like to go lift some weights or get into a spa or something.
That's a great idea. Let's show these chumps how it's done.
Corbin starts flexing a little.
And Nico, can I have a con save, please?
Yeah. Bit shaky.
Yeah, he's gonna have the shakes. Oh, you keep it in. All right.
Woohoo!
All right. Yeah, he's very maybe he's adamant about not being a drunk anymore. Who knows? So we are going to the gym. You said.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right. Let me find that. Let's see what this is. Gymnasium.
I think Nico could use some time in a spa and for a workout to sweat out some of the booze, you know.
Oh yeah. All right. So we are. It's quite a little bit of a journey as we are heading over to the gymnasium. You get Demetrius. You get some stares and some looks and some people grumbling, but no one says anything to you.
Okay.
So when you go ahead.
As we passed the Red Lotus, I pointed out, I said, that's the pub I was in. It's a beautiful place. We should, well, if you want to head back there, we can go have lunch. You don't have to drink, but they do have a good meal there. I had a dinner. It's delicious.
Let's check out the gymnasium and then we can do that. Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Alright, so coming up here, the gym is a massive, imposing structure that stands several stories high. From within can be heard the echoes of warriors hard at work, heavy grunting, clangs of dulled weapons, and energetic shouts as they move through various demonstrations.
Do they have a weight pile?
They do. And when you walk in, all of you walk in, they kind of stop for a second and look, and it gets all quiet for a second, and then they go back to what they were doing.
When it gets all quiet, I look around and I'll say, "Huh, so this is the Aresia Gymnasium, huh? No wonder I beat you guys in the Great Games."
And they will ignore that and go back to what they were doing.
Corbin will walk over and challenge Demetrius to an athletic weightlifting competition.
Nice.
All right, let's do it.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we do some athletic checks, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nico
I'll
will go
take
off.
off my armor and I'll assemble
I
a
started
really
off
heavy
eating.
weight. And
Oh,
then
no.
I'll begin lifting it.
Nico will go off to the side and lift some
Even at my
curls.
weakest, I am stronger than you.
Jesus. Plus 12.
Oh my goodness.
Nico, give us an athletics as you're doing your little arm curls.
Okay.
Corbin drops the first weight on his foot, but catches it with his foot and somehow still lifts it higher than Demetrius.
There we go.
Haha! Nico does the curls better than the other boys at the first one.
Very impressive, Nico.
It's not my day.
It's too early. Ah, yes.
I'm just getting my stride now.
That's it. You're going down. Damn it.
I'm feeling a little weak today.
Plus 12.
Yeah, plus
You
12.
can't beat that.
I don't know, I rolled a 1 already. He beat me the first time.
And as you guys are doing this, you see a couple people looking, and they're some of them are You see them oiling themselves down pretty well as they're watching this.
And
Look, Demetrius, they put that stuff on themselves here too. Is this where you got the idea?
It's good for your skin. All of us gladiators and warriors do it. I will begin rubbing oil on myself as well.
This is a newfangled process.
Newfangled.
Corbin goes by the old ways. He never had this kind of thing.
He just deals
You
in
still
sweat.
use powder?
Just sand, man.
So Demetrius.
London.
Demetrius is and Corbin actually. As you guys are working out, you see that there's a couple women that walk by and they stop for a second and they're checking you out.
I will make a performance check to flex and to make a show of it.
Nice.
What
See
about
if
Corbin? Beat
Like
it.
what you see,
Nope.
ladies.
I bend over and accidentally expose myself.
Yeah.
Rips his pants.
Rip his
Oh
pants.
my god.
I ripped my pants.
That's the beauty of wearing a kilt. You don't have to worry about that.
Hell yeah. So
Completely killed it.
and so Demetrius is you flex it and they start to say so the play was completely wrong about you, and then they see Corbin and then they get embarrassed and walk away.
Damn it, Corbin. I know you're with Versi, but why you gotta do me like this?
She must be cursing me from afar. She doesn't like me consorting with other women.
And I give up and I go and to the changing rooms and have a wash.
And when you walk into
Bath you talk about.
there's only they don't have standard showers. It's kind of like a bathhouse.
Okay.
And there's other people in there. And if you go to get in, they will all get out.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll
Demetrius
shake
seems to
their
be
head.
enjoying that actually, because he grins at them like, "Yeah, you leave," and then he just starts casually washing himself, taking his time, and then getting out again. To meet up
And
with the guys.
while you're doing that, someone will come up to Nicodemus and say, "Are you in charge of that one?" As they're talking about Demetrius.
In charge of him? No one's in charge of him.
Well, somebody's going to. You members here.
Remember?
We're from the Sacred Brotherhood of Hercules.
Nico pulls out his rune of Kentamine and shows it to him. He's like, does this,
He always
this
whips
work?
that thing out.
does this work?
It's not the member he wanted to see.
And he says, "Well, I'll take it if you don't want it, but that's not the membership I was asking about."
Didn't know you had to be a member here. Thought it was one for all here.
No, I need membership, but you're okay to work out, but someone's going to have to clean the bathhouse now that that thing has gotten into it and started washing himself.
Imagine a horse in a human bath. It's awkward.
Gonna leave a ring around it?
Well, don't you have staff here?
They shouldn't be having to clean the horse's stall.
Well, that's staff's job. Don't talk to me.
We just walk into this random gym and start like we own the place.
But my friends,
We're like three douchebags.
my friend,
Lift, bro.
it's a little. He's unclean. He's not worthy.
Well, if you went in the bathhouse, you should be clean by now.
No logic.
Nico logic. But you don't understand. We're not. We're staff. We clean up after humans and dwarves and halflings. But having to clean up after a horse, we shouldn't have to do that.
Horse ascension too?
But they are unclean and they're nasty,
What the hell?
filthy creatures.
Perhaps you should go and tell him that.
Maybe next time he can go to the Minotaur camp and work out there, not here.
Nico looks around. Does he see any minotaurs? Minotaurs?
He does not.
He keeps his mouth shut about that.
Okay. And
I'll
someone,
finish my wash and rejoin.
yeah. When you're getting out, somebody, as you're getting out, they just look at the bathwater and it's like completely disgusting, and they shake their heads.
All that oil
And
Yeah,
floating on the
A lot of
surface.
wholesale in there.
exactly.
and I'll turn to the guy as I'm walking past and I'll say, "You're welcome."
And they
Drops
just keep,
all these dirty towels next to him.
yeah, just give some disgusting looks. Does he do like a dog doesn't shake it out? Nasty.
Demetrius, how's the water?
And I'll come out and I have my a towel wrapped around my shoulders, but I'm completely naked, and I just walk into the middle of the gymnasium towards Nico, and I'm like, it's pretty good actually. They put oils and scents into it. They take their bathing pretty seriously, huh? After all those days on the road, I was pretty nasty.
Yeah, I didn't think they wanted you in there.
What?
I think they expect us to clean the pool now.
Over my dead body, they should be honored that the champion of the arena has come to their gymnasium, made use of their facilities.
And you hear some grumbling.
And I'll go and get my armor and stuff and get properly dressed. He said, you said something about lunch. Maybe we can also check if there's some other interesting things around the city. Like, I kind of want to meet that Narcissus fellow.
The horse trough outside the city.
And I'll look around and said, who said that?
And nobody says anything.
I'll look back at Nico and ignore it. And say, why don't we head to the Temple of Narcissus, see what's going on there?
That's what I thought.
He will turn around again and give another look at the crowd, a little bit more annoyed, and then focus back on Nico. What do you say, guys?
We are not wanted here. Perhaps we should leave.
You can say
Right.
he should go.
All right, let's go
I
get
ain't
something to eat then, maybe.
I ain't
Are you
cleaning
sure?
that
I
fucking
mean-
pool.
Don't you guys want to meet Narcissus? I mean, we've met the 5 gods. We've never met the 6th one.
Don't we
Or
have
is
to
he
go
one?
to the? Don't we have to go to the palace for that?
Yeah. So
You guys don't know that unless Nico remembers it.
No. Do you remember
no,
where?
but we
where
do
to
know that
find
there's a
Narcissus?
Temple of Narcissus here.
What? I don't know. Would I remember that?
Give me a history with disadvantage,
Okay.
and then after that, give me a con save.
History. Here's my history.
You were pretty toasty.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And there.
Oh, and you're starting to get a little thirsty too.
Mm,
Not bad.
Alright. But I if I don't remember that, we could still try to get to the Temple of Narcissus.
Yeah, we can just maybe find someone on the street or something and ask for directions.
All right.
That's right. Get out of here.
I'm gonna pick up the heaviest weight this athletics roll let me, and then I'll hand it to the attendant on the way out.
Okay. Nice. And you hand it to the teenage female, and she goes to take it and falls on the ground.
Once we get out to the street, I'll ask somebody else. Where can we go see this goddess, Narcissus?
I think he's a god.
A god. God,
And-
goddess. What is it you worship here?
And they start to say something, then they see Demetrius and say, Narcissus doesn't sing anyone at the moment, and we'll scurry off.
How rude.
That sounds interesting. That sounds like something for us to deal with. Why isn't he seeing anyone? My divine senses as a paladin are going off. Something is amiss. We should find the temple.
Well,
And you
that's all right.
hear from your right, cat's meat, hot wine. Cat's meat, hot wine. Come and get it.
Oh, I will walk over there.
And you see a fellow holding a fucking like a skewer of meat, and says, "Cat's meat, my friend. Would you like some of that and hot wine?"
Just the cat's meat, please. And there's some coin in it if you can answer my questions.
Well, it's 1 silver for the meat, and the coin depends on what your questions are.
Where is the Temple of Narcissus?
And he looks at you and says, "Well, I could tell you, but it's not going to do you any good. Narcissus isn't seeing anyone at the moment, and well, you wouldn't be allowed in anyways."
We'll see about that. Where is it?
And he holds out his hand.
I will put a gold coin in his hand.
It's in the Queen's Palace.
And what are the directions there?
And he points behind you. As you turn and look, there's something on the hill, a big ass structure on the hill, and says, "Oh, right there."
Very well. Then that is where we shall go. Thank you. And I'll take a bite from the skewer. Does
Very
it taste
juicy.
good, or do I get food poisoning?
Very juicy.
I will return to the guys.
Nico puts his hands over his eyes and follows them. He can't look at the hot wine.
I'll bring them towards the Queen's Palace, or at
Okay.
least as far as we can get.
Okay. We're heading this way. So as you're heading up, this kind of cute picture. You see through where the Hanging Gardens is. You see it looks like that.
Ooh, one of the ancient wonders of the world.
Pretty.
And it's located on a hill resting just below the palace. These gardens spill over huge terraced green space. You can hear the calls of peacocks from halfway across the city. The garden offers a tranquil space for meditation. The gentle sound of rushing water rises from irrigation canals that are carefully hidden throughout the garden.
What does a peacock sound like?
Oh, no.
They're like. That's a peacock.
Damn it, doesn't have a soundboard. Let's see. Do I have it?
And it's really early still, right? Because that's
Yes.
why Arcadia didn't go there.
So that is a pretty beautiful place, guys. Should we make a quick drop by the garden before we head on? Oh, maybe there's something of Thylea there. And I assume this is like the entrance that I'm pointing at on the map. Or
Yes.
do we have to go through the path? Okay, so Amethyst would suggest they go into the Hanging Gardens first. He wants to see this beautiful place.
Okay.
And we actually have those in real life as well, and they are wonders of the ancient world.
Yes.
So I guess he will just walk through it and admire the plants and the scenery and stuff for a bit.
Yeah, and
Probably will
there's,
act like he knows what's going on, and he'll try to identify the plants for Amethyst.
you know that these are plants.
That's the green one. Yeah, it's very famous.
Nico's chuckling behind him. No, it ain't. No, it
And
ain't.
you see some gardeners here. They're just they look, and as he says that, and just shake their heads.
And I will ask Nico if he senses any druidic influence in these gardens. Like if they use any magic, or if there's like signs of Thylea being involved, or if the regular as gardens.
Do I see any druidic writing or runic writing of druidic in this area?
You do not. There's 3 gardeners here though that are kind of tending the plants. But you don't see any writing or anything like that.
Well, I guess these gardens were nice, and then time to move on.
Okay.
Towards the Temple of Narcissus.
It was pretty disappointing. I didn't see anybody hanging in that garden.
Wow.
I don't think that's what it meant.
It said Hanging Gardens. It's a false advertising.
Or maybe Nico could do some kind of roll, since I mean he's a druid and he's in these gardens, so maybe he can do some kind of roll. Maybe he'll know something about him.
With like a religion?
Sure. So you've actually seen some of these things here. Some of these olives, they begin each day as a fresh fruit, but ripens to a rich purple near sunset. And legend has it that these unique olive trees, were gifted to the Eurasian settlers by druids before the First War, and they are sacred trees of the Mother Goddess.
Are there any of the olives that have fallen to the ground?
There are.
These are sacred to the druids and to the people of Eurasia.
Oh, I'll try one and eat one of the olives.
And you hear some gasping.
I'll look around.
Like,
I've eaten half the olive, and then I just freeze and I look around myself.
As all the gardeners are just staring at you with their mouths open.
Are you not supposed to eat these?
I don't know.
I think they only go in those drinks that they serve.
I'll take another. I'll eat the rest of it as well. And I'm like, is it forbidden to eat these? I'll tell the gardeners.
And they just shake their head and they don't respond.
And Demetrius just shrugs.
Well, at least we didn't pick them from the trees. And I'm gonna grab a handful of them and put them in my pocket.
Okay.
I mean, why would they grow and drop to the ground? Them, right? Really bitter, though.
They just shake their heads at you.
And the savage barbarian centaur, he will leave the Hanging Gardens for certain.
Alright. So let's pop back over to Acadia. As she was talking to Taros down at the Temple of Elements.
Right, and he just said that he's heard of Demetrius, and she said, you should know that we don't all share the same philosophy. And she says, I am obviously new here. Is there anything you suggest I should see, or?
Not particularly. Unless there's something you want, unless there's something you're looking for in particular, but I don't have anything suggestion-wise.
And she says, I'm always here to learn and to better myself. Is there any piece of advice or wisdom you would like to bestow upon me before I take my leave?
He kind of thinks for a moment. Just know that there are people who are always watching you. Watching all of you. Watching all of us.
And she says, yes, I think I met them from the Temple of the Shadow. Yes?
He kind of just shrugs and says, I don't know about nothing about no Temple of the Shadow. I was just giving some advice. And he narrows his eyes and says, but I do have one question for you. Being as you are a daughter of Pythor, how do you feel about the slavery going on in Mirtros of my people?
And she looks kind of not confused. It strikes her, and she says, so your people are slaves in this world. We have been trying to free them, but the king was very sneaky and created a loophole. We had gotten him to agree to end slavery, but then he created basically a city within a city to circumvent our plans. Right now we have employed a great deal of Minotaurs on our ship. And perhaps one day we will be able to free them.
Free the Minotaurs that are working for you on your ship?
Oh, they are there for their own free will. They are paid. They are paid sailors.
Are they paid a living wage or paid 10 cents on the dollar?
I would say paid more than a living wage. And she tells him how much Demetrius pays them. We pay them a year up front. Demetrius always says that he pays them like really well. So I mean, me out of character don't know what that figure is.
It's like twice what a normal sailor earns.
Yeah.
Okay, so she tells the Taurus that.
And he says, not bad for a centaur. I approve.
Wait, you said he said that centaur you'd approve?
Yeah, not bad for a centaur. He approves.
Oh, yes. He says, well, she says perhaps you will actually get to meet him.
Well, I would not mind meeting up with Nicodemus again for a drink later today. If you run into him, tell him I'll be at the Red Lotus around noon.
And she says, I will let him know. Do you have a particular vendor who sells magic items that you like here?
Nah, I mean we have some magical items, but this is kind of this is no mere trust, if you will. So our picking and choosing are a little left for wanting.
Okay. Which vendor would have the best selection, would you say?
He points them out.
Okay, and then she will bow to him and say, it was nice meeting you.
The pleasure is all mine.
So I guess she goes up to the market, right?
Okay.
It's just north of that.
Yep.
And she'll go into the vendor and ask if they carry goggles for it.
And as you're doing that, you hear some people grumbling about the nasty horse who decided to take a bath in the gymnasium. And they look at you and say, goggles? Goggles.
Yes.
He says, not particularly. But I might be able to find them.
She says, but I'm leaving today. I'm leaving after today. I was just wondering if you happen to have some.
No, not on me.
How long would it take for you to get them?
Well, in a couple of days, I can put in a request to Mirtros.
She says, never mind then. What else does, when she looks around, what else do they have there? Potions and stuff? Or?
Yeah, some potions, like maybe a couple like lesser, like not really important cloaks, and maybe like a dagger or two.
Okay. And then she will take her leave, and then she would head towards the Temple of the Shield.
Okay. And you hear some more grumbling of passersby about the horse. And I would say about the time you're walking up the path to the Temple of the Shield, you would probably cross paths with the boys as they are leaving the gardens that have no one hanging in them.
Stupid garden. Doesn't have any hanging people in it at all.
And she would say, Nico, I ran into your friend Taurus, and he said he would like to have a drink with you again and to meet him at, if you want to, he will be at the Red Lotus Inn at noon.
Oh, well, we plan on going there for lunch.
Arcadia, good to see you. Hello to you too.
He says,
We're
what, I
about
just
to go
saw
to-
you 45 minutes ago.
We're about to go to the Temple of Narcissus if you want to join us.
And she says, where is it?
It's
Right
right
here.
around the corner.
Up the hill.
And she says, okay.
I'm kind of curious, because we've met all of the gods except this one. I wonder what he's like. So Amitrius would lead them up into this place, like the front gate, I guess.
Okay. And about that time, let's jump over to Gravik. As Gravik is on the
still on the ship.
He is still on the ship, and Aziz is bitching and flew away from him.
Oh, did he fly off the ship?
No, he's still on the ship. He's up in his perch bitching.
Okay, he'll just stand on the deck looking up at him, disappointed.
And Estrella is watching all this as Amitrius left her there.
Okay, but other than that, Gravik's not going to do anything. He's just going to wait for Aziz to cool off so that they can have a proper conversation.
Alright. Are you going to like just kind of stay on the ship, or are you going to be dropped back into the city?
He'll probably stay on the ship for now because he's still pretty beat up. Until he can probably get a short rest or something.
Short rest. You just came up a long rest.
Yeah, but I'm down 30 hit points.
Oh yeah, because you got the shit kicked out of you by disease. That's right.
Disease is crazy.
I mean, yeah, you can have a short rest if you're just chilling there. So there you go, have a short rest. And Estrella asks you if this is normal dragon behavior, if this is how you and him interact.
He's not normally this bad, but he's being a little brat today.
Well, you did take his money. That wasn't very nice.
He needs to learn that money isn't everything.
But
He needs to learn to control himself. Until then, he's not leaving this ship.
I might be only like 3 days old, but I think if he wanted to leave the ship, he could. I think maybe he's staying on the ship to be with you.
Yeah. Well, if he tries to leave this ship, I'll shoot him out of the sky because I can't trust him not to hurt innocent people.
Jesus.
And she kind of backs up from that,
She's like, oh, I'm so lucky with Demetrius.
and she says, "Man, I hope Demetrius isn't as cruel as you are." And
No, I'm sure Demetrius will let you do whatever you want.
and she'll fly up to Aziz, and we'll try and comfort him. Poor Aziz. And Junior is looking at you with and gives you a nod of approval.
An ally against these damn dragons.
That's right. And about this time, though, Gravik, you would also notice that the bug that's been, watching everything. You look around, you notice that it is nowhere to be seen on the up on deck.
Has anyone seen where Gaia went?
Who?
The bug.
Didn't it go with Lady Arcadia?
I don't think it left with them.
Well, no, the boys left her, or she left before the boys did while they were bitching, remember?
Right. I better go make sure. Anyways, Aziz!
No response.
Aziz!
No response.
Stop being a spoiled little brat and set it up respawn!
Some droppings fall off the deck.
Aziz, you're grounded! Don't leave this ship!
You're not my dad.
No, but I am your guardian and you're not gonna leave this ship!
I do what I want.
He's adopted. He's gonna find his real dad.
Yeah, you're not my dad.
I'm the closest damn thing you have right now!
I'll do what I want.
He's gonna turn to the crew. If he tries to leave the ship, shoot him!
No. They look at you and they're like, no. Hell no.
They might change their mind if they realize that we'd also kill Gravik.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't Demetrius tell him that he would die if
Yes.
Aziz did?
Oh,
Yeah.
But he thinks
Well,
he thinks
maybe
Aziz is gonna go and
has
start
the-
hurting children and doing horrible things. So he sacrifice his life and let.
When has Aziz ever done that before, though?
Aziz showed himself to be quite unstable and unpredictable.
I mean,
you woke him up on the wrong side of the bed and were throwing his items away.
Yeah.
How would you react?
It is well, I wouldn't try and catch the person on fire.
You might.
No. So he'll probably start leaving the ship to go see if he can find out where the bug went.
Alright. So we can go back over to the rest of them, as it would probably take you a while to, about this time they would be getting up to the gates after about that hour. So, as you are coming up here, you see that this palace here sits at the highest point on a region overlooking the Hagen Gardens. The architecture is elegant and free of ornamentation. A beautiful green ivy climbs up the white limestone walls. The top floors are open-air passages where you can often see flickers of crimson cloaks as royal guards patrol the palace.
Arcadia would have told Demetrius that she met the Grandmaster or the Master of the Temple of the Element, and that his name is Taurus. He's a Minotaur, and that he has heard of bandits smuggling centaur bones because there are some people who believe by ingesting them it will give them special power, and he is on the lookout for smugglers.
I knew something was wrong about those bandits. And are there like guards in front of this gatehouse that we are?
There are, and the gates are closed.
I would approach one of the guards. Say, greetings. We are the heroes of the Oracle, and we seek the Temple of Narcissus.
The temple is closed to visitors and outsiders.
We have business with Narcissus personally.
No, you do not.
We are the champions of the five gods, and I think it's about time we meet their wayward sibling.
The five guys are not seen here.
And where is the temple exactly, so that I know which place to avoid?
They do not respond. They just look at you. They just look at you.
And I'll say, how long has Narcissus not been taking any visitors?
Please leave, sir.
All right. If that's how it is, then I'll begin walking into here.
Oh, that is all closed up.
Oh, there's a gate in front of that?
Yeah, like, you guys are kind of like right here.
Okay. I will turn towards the rest of the party. That's odd. That only makes me more curious.
Can you see anything with your special sight?
Like what?
No, you said you could see gods and
Well, I can
stuff.
see... I can see if someone is a demon or an undead.
Guess it couldn't hurt.
You want me to check if these guards are, or?
Well, I was just thinking if you could, can you see auras? Could like you see inside the
No.
walls?
No, I have to actually see the creature.
Oh, I thought you could sense if they were in the area.
Well, it's not very far. I wouldn't get very far here. And I will turn to the rest of the party and say, are none of you curious to meet Narcissus?
A little.
So Demetrius, he would walk back here, around the corner. Say, let's get over that wall. Let's see what's up for ourselves.
Wall's about 30 foot up.
Arcadia says, I'm going to the Temple of the Shield. I want to get through the city as quickly as possible and as much as I can.
What business do you have at the Temple of the Shield?
We decided we were going to explore the city as thoroughly as we can because I don't want to waste 3 days trying to come back here only to find out that what we want isn't here. So I'm going to go and see what's
You don't think the Temple of Narcissus is part of that exploration?
It could be like a Temple of Sidon. It's like you don't know if you're going to actually meet the god. What makes you think that we already asked and he doesn't walk amongst the people?
So we should just ignore the Temple, Narcissus' existence, and the Queen's Palace entirely? That seems like a half-assed job.
If you want to go ahead, I'm going to go to the Temple of the Shield.
Typical Arcadia, always running away when things get difficult.
And when you guys are sitting there talking, Arcadia, probably Demetrius, you hear some coughing or like coming from your bag.
What's that? I will walk up to Arcadia and I'll say, what's that coughing?
And she says, it's Gaia. Gaia's in my bag.
You brought the bug to the city?
Yeah, because I didn't trust it with you. You've already taught it violence and...
I didn't take it. You took it.
Yes, you sure did. You took it and taught it how to kill.
But you think it's a good idea to bring that thing here in the city? If anyone sees it, they might freak out.
Oh, it's a good thing they're not seeing it right now.
I guess when you do it, it's totally fine.
I'm not going to go find a random party of people to kill and teach it how to do that.
Random party? Didn't you just say they were smugglers and stole centaur bones? That sounds like...
Well, you were lucky you
to
found
me.
them. Yeah, well,
Lucky.
you were lucky to find them, but I'm not going to teach it how to kill.
Lucky? Have you never heard of the fates? It's destiny. We are the champions of the Oracle. There is no such thing as luck. Our sword is driven by our gods.
We make our own fate. And she walks towards the Temple of the Shield.
And before you do that, the bug guy will say, I could teleport him up there.
And she says, nope, we will not do that right now. It is not right to go into something that is forbidden to you. You could get in a lot of trouble. And also, you can cause strife. You could go to a war over something like that. You do not trespass.
Yes, my queen. And it shuts up again. Alright, so Arcadia is going up to the Temple of Shield. What are the boys going to do?
Do we have lunch?
He will look to Corbin and Nico and ask them, what do you guys think we should go to the Temple of the Shield or try to get into the Temple of Narcissus?
We should probably follow Arcadia. You know how she's always getting into trouble.
Fine. But if she tries to get me to call her queen, she can forget it.
Nico, can I have a concept, please?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no. As you guys are starting to walk up, Nico, you get like a really bad headache and it might almost take you to your knees as you're not feeling too good right now.
You okay, Nico?
It's all right. I'll get through it. He's going to be chugging some of his water,
All right.
trying to hydrate himself.
Fair.
And Arcadia goes up to Nico and she says, I never noticed you being so interested in drinking so much until we were in the that island where with all the sphinxes. Do you think casting a spell on you would help that? Like a lesser restoration or greater restoration or something like that? Because you were never interested that much in drinking. It's like when Grabbit came back and had to touch everything. I think something happened to people, and it seems like his has stopped, but yours hasn't.
You know, you may be right. Let me see here. Hold on. And Nico's going to... Let's see if I got it. Yeah, okay. What is all this? Okay. Yeah, Nico's gonna cast Greater Restoration on himself.
You do have the
delete.
Yeah.
I have the. I think it's 100.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's gonna delete that from his.
So casting
There we go.
casting greater restoration on yourself, you immediately feel better.
Whew. I was. Oh boy.
And Amicia seems flabbergasted at this. He's like, You cured your taste for drink with magic? I had to do it the hard way.
I was thinking it might be something, but I didn't think it would be this. At least it was this. I had the cure all along. At least I didn't have to cast something more powerful, like remove curse.
Arcadia points out that she says to Amitrus, but you just started drinking on your own. It's not like you went somewhere and all of a sudden had a compulsion, right?
I thought that was the same for Nico, honestly. But I guess not.
All of a sudden, Nico's just like booming. Let's go back to the gymnasium. It's all jogging in place.
So when you get up here, as you run up to this temple, it sits high up on a hill just north of the palace, close proximity to the city seat of power. Warriors march through this area in disciplined formations, wearing brilliant red cloaks and heavy shields polished to perfection.
It's a mighty shiny helmet.
I think I've heard of these guys. Something about this seems familiar from the player's handbook. I think it's a subclass that's trained here, actually.
But it's this.
The Hoplite Soldier, isn't that
subclass.
one?
Does it look like are they just marching around, and is there someone leading exercises? Is there somebody look like you're in charge or something?
Yeah, so as you're sitting here watching this, there are a few masters here teaching techniques. There's a few, they're kind of like split up into like different groups here, and they're some are marching, some are training, others are just.
Carbon will go up to the ones standing around and kind of mess with them like you do with the Royal Guards.
And they do not respond.
Arcadia always looks for something that she can learn. Are there archers there? Are there techniques that she can observe for 15 minutes? She doesn't have a lot of time.
There are not. And you do see a woman who appears to be in charge. She's a little bit older. She's wearing, her uniform is a lot more impressive than others.
And she would go up to her and bow to her.
And she gives a little nod. We're not taking newcomers. You're a little too old, but you're more than welcome to watch.
And she says, "Your troops are very impressive, and that only comes from the top. It is good to see another woman in charge."
Thank you. And you are?
She says, "I am Arcadia of Themis."
And she kind of snaps her head and looks at you and... I thought you'd be taller.
And she says, "And who might you be?"
I am Halcyon, Grandmaster of the Shield.
She says, "It is good to meet you, Grandmaster."
Likewise, Commander of the Amazons.
Which is again the alternate timeline.
I know, weird.
And I will approach the conversation and I'll say, impressive fighting here. What is it that your warriors do? Are they soldiers of the Queen?
Yes. And
And,
they are her elite warriors.
I see. And what might your Queen use them for?
Whatever she wants to. As
Have
of
any
now,
examples of some of the battles you fought?
and she'll list off a couple, and you would know of them.
Impressive. I hear that the palace is entirely closed off. Might you know why?
Yes.
Well, what's the reason?
That is not for me to discuss with outsiders.
I see. That's quite a narrow attitude you have, unfortunately.
Well, you don't get to my position with having loose lips.
Maybe not, but maybe we could be of assistance to you
We have no
in a way
need
that
of,
your soldiers cannot.
we have no need of your assistance.
Very well then.
And she looks and she says, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
Not me. Your soldiers are impressive, but not that impressive.
Arcadia shoots him a look.
Some of us don't have to rely on magic, Centaur.
So you think that without magic, any of your soldiers could defeat?
Are you wanting to do a mock battle?
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, it's been a while since I've practiced.
I don't recall seeing you during the Great Games.
I don't stoop myself that low.
That low, half of Aresia was there.
And yet they lost to a centaur.
For good reason. Or do you believe that Narcissus himself, your god, is stooping low by hosting his own events during the Great Games?
Narcissus does what he wills.
So it seems. And it seems that lately he's not been taking any visitors. That does not concern you?
It is not my place to question Narcissus.
Very well. Let us have a mock battle then.
Very well. And she claps her hands, and people like all of a sudden start lining up. And let me put her on the combat tracker. So, bam.
Oh damn, she's named.
You
I
said,
will,
oh damn, she's
I will-
naked.
I'll ask her what are the rules.
And she says, we will not kill.
All right.
And she takes her spear and does some little movements with it, and she points it at you and says, "Let's go."
And I will take my halberd. I'll swap it for my. I was currently wearing my shield and sword. I'll put it in my bag of holding, and I will take out my halberd ready to me. And I will step back from her, and I will enter a ready pose, and I will forego my turn to give her the first.
Oh, she was first anyways. And she will. Oh, hang on a second here. Ooh. Oh, she's gonna do something. Give me 2 seconds here.
I will try to root her with an attack of opportunity if she gets close.
So she will come within 10 feet of you, and you will not get an attack opportunity on her. Because she has, was it mobile?
Oh damn. Hold on, I have something to counter that. Oh no, that's just against disengage.
Uno reverse card.
The reverse.
I can just go through disengage, not root.
Actually, and we're just going to use this map because whatever. I don't have an actual map. We don't need an actual map. It's just two people fighting one another. Oops. And she's going to stab you with the shield, or with her spear.
And I will.
And
she has
she
one
will,
attack on me.
and she will attack you again.
Wow, that was a good roll.
And then she's going to attack you another time. With she's going to punch you. And does she have? I think she has 4. She does. One last time.
She has 4 attacks.
She has 4 attacks.
Good old flurry
Oh,
blows.
of course.
Oh, nice.
All right, and she'll say, "Your turn."
Corbin will try to inspire Ametreus by playing his bagpipe.
And she'll say, "Hang on, hang on, hang on. Did I not say no magic?"
I'll play it for her to show that there's no magic.
She was talking to Ametreus.
Oh,
Well, what do you mean? I'm just swinging my weapon at her.
Your magical weapon?
So?
Did I not say no magic?
And I will
You-
throw my
you-
weapon to the ground. I'll say, very
You
well.
you
win.
said you agreed to no magic.
I said that. I didn't agree to no magic, but very well. If that's how you want, if you cannot face me at my full power, I understand. I will throw my weapon to the ground and I'll pick up a regular spear.
Young man, you said that you could beat us, and I said I could beat you with, some of us don't have to rely on magic, and you said that you could take any of us.
Yes, and I can. But whatever, I'll pick up a regular spear from the rack,
Okay.
and I will charge at her and do a centaur hoof attack.
Don't you need to be within 20 foot?
Oh yeah, I will charge at her. No, that's
you're
just
only
my
10.
melee attack. I don't get the charge bonus.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
It's the feat that if I charge 30 feet at someone, I get a bonus.
Yeah, I didn't know if you could do that without the charge without.
No, it's just a replacement of the melee attack. And since I've done 2 attacks, that's my turn.
And she'll look over at Corbin and say, "Can you play that any better, my friend? Your friend here is about to lose, so I would like some good music."
Well, let's see if I can do better.
Ah, it's perfect. And she says, "Now watch this."
Oh,
She talks shit.
impressive, very good.
That's what she gets for talking shit.
Damn! Oh, you're on a roll today, Halcyon.
My music is working.
And she punches you in the mouth. Do this. Knocking you on your ass. And then punching you in the mouth again. And she says, "Now if you're smart, you would stay on your ass."
But he
Get
won't.
up on my feet.
But he won't.
I'll say, good thing for you that I'm not smart then. And I'll attack. And as I hit her with my hooves, accidentally you see a golden glow attack her. And I'll say, oh, I didn't mean that. It's just that all of my attacks are infused with divine essence.
Because some of you cannot win battles without magic. We understand.
And some of you can only fight a man when he's not allowed to use his skill. And that's my turn.
And she's going to headbutt you. And your head's too hard. And then she's going to try and provoke you and say, I see the play got you wrong. You're a lot smaller than they say you are." Your friend Gravik is very accurate with his descriptions. And as you go to fall, she'll grab you by your hand, and you feel her pumping some lay of hands into you.
But she's a paladin as well.
And she'll say, "Some of us don't need magic, but that doesn't mean that we don't use magic." And she says, "And that is why I am a grandmaster, and you are not."
You might be a grandmaster, and you have clearly proven yourself to be a great warrior. But that just leaves me to wonder one thing. Why are you here in this temple?
What do you mean?
Do you not think the world would need a warrior like you?
I am too old. Besides,
Not old enough to beat me.
but besides my children, and I need to train the next generations.
It's a shame. Someone like you could make a real difference aboard the Ultros. Change the world for the better, instead of staying cooped up in this city.
I have no need of your gods and your ultras.
That's what all of Arisia says, but I wonder how much of it is true.
Oh, we'd get by just fine, my young friend.
When the gods begin to battle, and Sidon's wrath rains down on the world, Arisia will not be spared.
Perhaps, but perhaps not. Arisia has no quarrel with Sidon.
It is my understanding that Arisia has fought many wars with Mitros. Is that what you want to do with your skills? Kill your fellow man?
Well, Mitros is Mitros.
Right. Well, you have proven yourself a great warrior, but I hope that one day we will fight side by side against a greater good than whatever you can do here in the city.
Perhaps.
I'll begin to leave.
Hopefully we do not see each other on opposite sides.
Did Demetrius say he leaves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arcadia bows again to Halcyon and says, as one commander to another who knows the importance of keeping your cards close to your chest. I have heard in my short visit to this city that the Queen has not been seen for several months and that she was once seeking Amazons to help her fight.
And as he hears that, he will stop.
And
Turn
she
around
stops.
and listen in.
No, she's whispering to this woman.
She's whispering to her.
Always Arcadia being sneaky.
I know.
That's it.
And
That's
she
it.
says,
She's gonna regret that.
and she says she was seeking true Amazons for help. I'm guessing against the band of vampires that is to the northeast. Might I get an audience with her?
And she thinks for a moment. I will bring your request to her.
And then Arcadia bows and she says, we are planning on leaving in the morning.
You will have your answer by then.
And she bows and backs away from her respectfully.
Alright. And about this time, I would say, since you guys are kind of up on top of this hill, a little bit overlooking the city, you would see a large crowd of people start coming towards the gates, like moving towards the gates.
What do they look like?
Just humans, like a crowd of people, like running towards the gates.
Running towards the gates entering the city?
Correct. And let's take a break because I gotta go pee. So it's 10:25. Alright, Stu, we'll be back in like 10 minutes. So if you go away, please come back and we'll see you shortly. And start some pretzel. Use my microphone. And
Blood red, I was dressed in lace. You had me singing for you. Your touch was all I ever craved. Anything I do for you. But you fucked up, I called it, you weren't even honest. I gave you myself and you did it regardless. My head's a mess. All the moments you sold them, you didn't deserve them. I wanted the best, but your best wasn't worth it. Oh, I'm a mess. Now I don't wanna fade away. I figure songbird. Darker nights, will they ever change?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I still think about you. Cause I can't get over the fact that it's over. You're everything I knew. I knew. But you fucked up, I called you, you weren't even honest. I gave you myself and you did it regardless. My head's a mess. All the moments you stole them, you didn't deserve them. I wanted the best, but your best wasn't worth it. Oh, I'm a mess. Now I don't wanna fade away. A figure in the background. And I'll sing for you a symphony and fall until I fly like a songbird.
All I need tonight is your voice and an upright piano. Cause those are two of my favorite sounds. The lions at the gate in my mind, and we've run out of ammo. But everything is gonna be just fine. Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up and smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind and just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. Put down that vice there all night. Cause you are one of my favorite songs. It always ends the same.
What the hell was that?
You and those demons are chasing. Can we face them? Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up and smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we
Dude, that was fucking loud.
like feeling these emotions?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Find it? Can we please be kind and just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. All I need tonight.
Not that kind of druid. My other druid, he could drop fireballs.
All I need tonight is your voice. Let's not roll it.
We gotta bring back Tim.
Let's not drink it, chop it up and smoke it. All I need tonight
Exactly.
is
Tim was born that kind of wizard.
Finish him!
So I could fireball him again. You're still rude today. You gave Tim the cube. I didn't even ask for it. That was a random item.
It's Richard Dean Anderson. Wait a minute. He's too old. It's when he was in his MacGyver days.
Oh my god.
It's RDA!
I just pulled up a picture of him. He is like, oh my god.
Oh, he's fucking old now. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's 74.
Because I had MacGyver on this morning when I got up with the dogs. I was sitting there sipping a coffee, watching it go, shaking my head, going, "Oh."
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have 5 dogs?
What's that?
Do you have 5 dogs? I thought I counted that many.
Oh, we sometimes there's 6 here, but we had a problem. 2 of them got in a fight, the 2 males, so we had to separate them. So one staying with me and one staying with my girlfriend. We can't have them together anymore.
Oh, and are they all kitties?
No, the one was a Kelpie and the other one was a boxer. They just don't get along. Yeah.
Got Kelpie?
Yeah, I guess he is. I don't know what he is. He looks like an Australian Shepherd, but I don't know. My girlfriend calls him. But he's a good boy. He tries to dominate other dogs. So he gets. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the Demetrius of dogs.
Him and my
dogs.
him and my female get along because she's bigger and tougher than him. She won't handle. She won't deal with that. She'll put him in his place. Yeah. But there was 6 in that picture actually. The one was hiding. Yeah, they like to snuggle.
Alright, we are back. And let's jump over to Gravik. So Gravik, as you are entering the city, one of the guards calls down, "Oi! You there in that fancy dress?
It's Rose, but what?
Are you Gravik Thorne, the playwright?
Yes.
Can I have your autograph?
Not right now. I'm busy. Have you seen a bug creature?
Can I have a picture?
I'm not standing here long enough for you to make a paint. No. Have you seen a little bug man?
Little bug man? Is that for your new play?
Forget this. And he's gonna start walking back in the direction he was going.
And he calls out, "Gravik Thorne's here! Gravik Thorne's here!" And slowly but surely word travels, and as you are coming close, like towards like over here, people are starting to crowd you.
Have any of you seen a little bug man?
Yeah, we have a bug over here. Come with me.
What? He'll start following the direction of the voice.
Over here, and it's a woman's voice. Come this way.
Where? What? Where is he?
This way. We'll show you.
Okay. He'll follow until it starts to get weird or.
It's starting to get weird. Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna like, so where's the bug?
And another person of the crowd calls out, "Over here! Can we have your autograph?"
No, I'm busy right now. He'll start following in the direction of the other voice. Where's Gaia? Where's the bug?
What's a Gaia? I'm Gaia.
Oh, fuck. For fuck's sake. Okay, he's gonna start walking in the direction he was going before.
Currently, you're like right yonder.
See the map.
Like where my arrow is.
Well, I don't see your arrow. Oh, there it is. Okay, so he's
Can we have
going
your autograph?
No! He'll head towards the Hanging Gardens, I guess. The sense, I think, as just a potential area to go to.
Okay.
Okay,
And people are following you this whole time. Grab
okay,
it.
he's going to just keep walking the city, trying to ignore all the pestering people, and just kind of starts yelling out, Gaia! Gaia, where'd you go?
I'll be your Gaia. No, I'm Gaia. I'll be your Gaia.
Shut up! I'm trying to find a friend!
I'm your friend.
He'll start moving in the direction of the gymnasium.
Okay. So with the rest of yous, you start to see this crowd, and like they're obviously swamping someone. What do you guys do? Or do we just leave Graphic to his fate?
We can't see its graphic, right?
No, it's somebody. Like they're obviously following somebody.
I'll go to the
Leave
crowd.
that guy alone.
And I assume they're talking about Graphic.
Well, and you eventually hear his little pipsqueak voice calling out for Gaia.
Graphic, over here. I'll yell out over the crowd, and since I'm way taller
No,
than everyone else.
Graphic over here.
No, I'm not giving you an autograph!
I'll begin bull rushing through the crowd towards the Graphic.
Ew, it's hideous. Get away.
Just shoving people aside. You're like a police cop, I guess. Like what they do with the horses. You just go through the crowd, and you either get trampled or go out of the way.
Police brutality. Brutality.
Oh, Mitris. I can't find Gaia. He wasn't on the ship.
Don't worry about Gaia. It's with Arcadia.
What? Okay. Well, in that case, I need to go back and babysit Aziz. Make sure he doesn't get in any trouble.
You're still on with Aziz, all right? We're
He'll
about
turn
to go
around
to the Red
and
Lotus
see-
to have something.
Oh, Gravik will turn around, but then see how big the crowd is and just like,
We're
So
about to
what-
go eat at the Red Lotus. Might as well join us.
yeah, might as well. Okay, I'm going to eat now. So I'd appreciate it if you all disperse for now.
You look a little beat up. Maybe the Grand Master here can heal you.
Can we have your autograph?
Not right now, unfortunately. I've got things I need to do.
But
If I sign one autograph, then I'll have to sign everyone an autograph, and I'll be here all day.
that's fine. We'll wait.
Yeah, but I've got things to
He has
do.
to work on the little Bugman play.
Little
Yes,
Pokemon
that's
play.
right.
Oh,
That's right. I've got to write another play today. So it's unless you don't want to have another play this week.
oh, we can go there. Hopefully, it's as accurate about some of the characters in your play as this one.
Oh yes, Demetrius will be done very accurately.
Small one, yeah. We know. Thank you.
No, that has been retconned.
Lies. Not according to last night's play. And Beatrice can hear all of this, of course.
God, damn it.
Demetrius is just going to leave towards the Red Lotus.
All right.
Gravik will start going in the direction of the Red Lotus as well.
Okay.
Arcadia is continuing north to the Temple of the Sword.
Ooh, okay. What about Nico?
Yeah, you're good at Red Lotus.
All right. So we get to everyone except for Arcadia gets to the Red Lotus, and when you walk in, your friend there, she comes up. Oh, you're back! I knew you'd be back, you handsome devil, you. And he brought friends. Would you like some drinks? Of course. Let me get another cask, and we get it ready for you.
I'll say, hold on, woman. He's married.
And you are.
She don't care about that, I know.
You haven't heard of me? I'm Demetrius, winner of the Great Games. The best athlete on Thylia.
Right. And I'm Narcissus. Nice to meet you. And she holds out her hand.
She said what?
She says, and I'm Narcissus. Nice to meet you. And holds out her hand.
I will take her
Looking
hand.
for you.
I'll lift her into the air. Like, because I'm like that much taller, I'll just bring her hand and bring my own up and just hold her dangling above the ground. And I'll inspect her and I'll say, you're not Narcissus.
And you're not the best athlete on all of Thylia.
Well, this belt proves otherwise, and I'll pet my baldric and I'll set her down. I'm the champion of the Great Games. Ask around.
That just means that you are the best athlete of the people of the Great Games. Not at all Thylia.
That Great Games included the best of the best from Arisia, your Chuck.
But not everyone. Yeah. Not everyone.
We want a table and have something to eat.
Of course.
Barmaid.
Barmaid, my name is Jocasta. Please see that you say it correctly if you wish to eat in my establishment, Centaur.
My name is Demetrius, and if you will treat me with respect.
Well, next time, don't pick someone up if they do not want to be picked up.
Well, you can pick me up anytime.
Yes, I could.
Go ahead.
I do not wish to right now. Anyways, Nicodemus, Sonny, what would you like? And you can see her attitude completely changes as she talks to different people.
Oy, here we go. We all want lunch, so dinner's for all. Whatever you're serving, your daily special. And whatever they all want for drinks. I'll have a mug of ale.
Just a mug? You don't want a cask like last night?
No, just a mug.
Okay. And she'll ask, for the boys, we have appetizer plates, we have shrimp, we have ramen, we have some celebration feast, which is a little bit of everything. And we have some lush, velvety red wine.
I'll have the sample platter. And what is the strongest whiskey you have?
A man after my own heart. And she'll
good stuff.
And she'll pull out a bottle from beneath the bar and she'll pour the whiskey in as some of it spills over and you see it sizzle on the bar.
Awesome. That's what I'm looking for.
The good stuff.
I'll have the food as well and some water.
And she looks at you. Water! If you want water, you go to the trough outside, and here, we serve whiskey.
It's a bit too early to drink. And I have nothing to celebrate.
It's always dinner somewhere.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Where's your mug, Demetrius?
Corbin will start telling tales of Chuck at the end of the bar. You know, his tears can cure cancer, but he's never cried, unfortunately.
And she'll bring out the food. And about this time, Tauros will be walking in. Aha! You're here!
Demetrius stands up, holds out his hand. Taurus, good to see you again.
And you, my friend, shall we drink?
Well, I'm gonna take it easy today. I had a rough morning, and I had to cast a spell on myself to give me some refreshment for
What?
the day.
You don't need you don't need to be doing that. What you need is what we call an IV bag.
Never heard of it.
It's just vitamins and a little bit of saline. It'll treat you right as rain. No hangover the next day.
Oh, you'll have to show me this before I leave.
Of course, but it's not cheap. It's about
Nonsense.
100.
A little garlic, some Tabasco sauce, coffee grounds. That's what he needs.
Wake up juice.
I will walk up to Tauros, and as two fellow Fey races, I will stare him in the eye, and I'll give him I'll put my fist to my chest, and I'll give him a salute, and I'll say, "Greetings, Tauros. I've heard of you. You are the Grand Master of the Temple of the Elements."
And he will also do a salute and say, "And you, Demetrius, the champion of the great games, and I hear a pretty damn good gladiator."
You've heard of me. That's quite different from the rest of the humans in this town. How have they been treating you?
Well, they treat me just fine.
Indeed.
Yeah, they treat all of the Minotaurs pretty decently, actually.
It seems that they have some issue with us centaurs. Might you know what that is?
Yeah. For instance, the issue at the gymnasium today.
What issue?
Well, they asked you not to bathe in there, and you did anyways, and then refused to clean it.
I just went in the bath and they all left. They didn't. It's that I heard that I'm apparently not supposed to bathe there, and why would a human be allowed to bathe there, but not I?
Because that would be a human-type gym. If you wanted a real workout, you go where the Minotaurs are. That's where you find the real exercise, not with those puny human and dwarves. No offense.
I suppose that humans are not allowed in the Centaur Gymnasium.
Not that they're not allowed. It's just they're not banned. It's just they tend not to go there. It's a little bit more rowdy, if you will.
I do not appreciate being treated like a second-class citizen.
Well, and this is from one fate to another. If you act like one, they will treat you like one. If you act like a horse's ass, they will treat you like a horse's ass, you know?
That's not my experience in Arisia, but I'll believe you. I suppose these humans, you need to earn your respect every damn time you go to a new city.
Well, not every city, but, centaurs aren't always the nicest. Like, for instance, say you would go to a centaur camp. Would they treat your friends here with respect if you were not with them?
I will laugh and I'll say, you've made your points, Taurus. I can see why you're a grandmaster. You have wisdom indeed.
Nah, I'm just a little old, and I've been around the block a couple of times.
Say, since you've heard of us and you know the business that we are in, you know that we have the dealings with the gods, and we've been wanting to meet Narcissus for a long time, but it seems to be impossible.
Narcissus is not taking visitors at this time.
Why not?
I do not know. I do not know the mind of a god.
No one in this city knows why he is not taking visitors, only that he is not.
That is correct.
What about the queen? Does she know?
Well, the queen has not been seen in a few months.
Not seen in months? And
No,
the god
she-
doesn't take visitors?
She
That
does
doesn't
not.
alarm you?
She does not leave the palace. She has not left the palace in quite some time, from what we're told. And when he says that, he starts laughing his ass off at what Corbin just said.
Strange business going around the Queen's Palace and the Temple of Narcissus. Very different from other things I've heard. But I guess if no one in Aregia thinks it's a problem, then it's not a problem.
Well, it's just that the issues that, say, Myrtros and the rest of Thylea have necessarily haven't made their way over here. We like to usually keep to ourselves.
No one in this world can keep to themselves eventually.
This is
What
true.
will happen will reach Aregia as well.
Possibly one day. But if you are the heroes of the Oracle and have, a great destiny, well then perhaps they will not have to deal with the death and destruction as other cities have.
When it comes time to fulfill our destiny, we heroes, we will remember which cities did aid us and which did not. And it may be that Aregia will one day have to answer for that.
Do not judge judge the whole city by the choices of a few.
Certainly not, but I've been from the gymnasium to the temple to the Queen's Palace to the Hanging Gardens. It seems that everyone in Aregia agrees that the world's business is not theirs and everything is perfect here.
Well, not necessarily perfect, but we do all right.
Very well. I will remember strongly what Aregia has done for me when it comes time to fulfill our destiny.
For you or for your fellow friends? Remember,
For
not
the
everything.
entire world, of course.
Say, remember, not everything is about you, my friend.
No, but for everything they will contribute to the success of Thylea.
Maybe you just need to reach them a different way, instead of insisting they need to do this, they need to do that, and acting like you own everything. Not to be ignorant, but that's perception is everything,
Perhaps you have some suggestion so as to how we might reach these people.
Maybe humble yourselves a little bit instead of like Nicodemus here. Instead of coming into the city being all gaudy and saying, look at me, and challenging Halcyon, that wasn't the brightest thing in the world either.
Halcyon challenged me. If I had used my magic, that battle would have gone completely differently. But
and like I say,
she clearly could not. She clearly did not want to face my full wrath.
and see what I mean about being humble.
I think you'll
Okay.
have to explain.
You
the
have a point,
definition of-
Tauros.
I think you might have
Humility
to
isn't my
explain-
strength.
Yeah, I think you might have to explain the definition of humility to Demetrius.
Well, I know it is not in Centaur's kind to understand that.
Humility is not my strength, but I have helped Mitros. I have helped what's the other city called again? Astoria, and
Astoria.
I like to think that my deeds speak for themselves and that I save more lives than I take. But it seems that Arisha just doesn't agree with me. So after this lunch, I will return to the Ultras and leave this city be.
That is your way, then.
Corbin
you wish-
continues to pound back the good, strong alcohol and pelt Chuck Tails.
and
Looks like he might be getting ready to pull out his bagpipes.
you hear somebody sitting next to you and says, "Did you know that that Chuck does not do push-ups, but he pushes the earth down?"
I've heard that.
And did you know that?
For a song?
And did you know that Narcissus wears Chuck pajamas to bed? A song? Hell, I will join you. And he pulls out his bagpipes.
Oh, an excellent instrument.
Ooh, and he plays them pretty decently. Aha!
Well, this was
I must
lovely.
admit,
I
you're
think
better
I'm
than
gonna
I.
head.
And
Otherwise,
and the barkeep goes up to Gravic and says, "Hey, you're Gravic, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Might I have a word with you in private?"
Sure. And he'll get up from his seat.
And she'll lead you into the back and say, I know what you are. You must be pretty thirsty, yes?
How do you know what I am?
Your friend, let's just say your friend has a loose tongue.
Right, they all do. They don't seem to be able to control it most of the time. But go on. What is your proposition?
you hear Corbin yelling to his friend, "You gotta wear garlic around my friend."
And she'll say, well, we might have a stock if you're in the market.
Why are you stocking blood? This is what I'm assuming.
And she just kind of cocks her eyebrow. You might not
maybe
be
I-
the only one.
So you serve the vampires that are besieging your land?
No. You are not a vampire, you are a Dampier, correct?
Yes. How do you know so much about this? Everyone else I've run into has no idea what a vampire even is, let alone a Dampier.
It's my business to know things.
Right.
I
How
hear things.
How long have vampires been in this part of the world?
Vampires proper, not so long.
Proper?
Well, you get scouts from here and there, time to time.
Right. And how did they arrive here? Do you know?
That I do not know.
Let's see. Well, perhaps I should try and get among them and find out for myself.
And she kind of chuckles and, but you are not a true vampire. You are a Dampier.
True, but I might be able to pass myself off as a full vampire.
With your fame?
Oh. Usually vampires position themselves into positions of great influence. I mean, that's kind of what I've done, isn't it?
Ah.
Ravi
Yeah.
doesn't know what stolen valor is.
And she'll say, well, would you like a little bit to take you on the road?
Yes, I suppose I would appreciate that.
Alright, what is your blood type?
I don't really have one.
What? You don't have a certain type that you like?
No, I just drink to get the edge off
Oh.
and enjoy it.
Oh, no, here. And she'll say, here, try some of this, try some of this, try some of this. And she pulls out 3 different bags.
No, I'm fine. Just give me whatever will do.
And she'll say, well, okay, and she'll hand you a bag.
Okay, how much for this?
The first one's on me.
Very good. And he'll put it into his bag of holding to hide it from people.
She says,
And-
that should sustain you for maybe a week or two.
Sounds fair. But one further question. Where are the current vampires located?
From what I know, that they are northeast of the city.
Northeast. And do they come into the city quite regularly?
She kind of cocks her eyebrow.
That you know of?
Not that I am aware.
Insight check.
Go
She
for it.
seems to know a lot more than she's letting on.
You believe her.
Okay. Very well. But you have a stockpile of blood here, so that you must serve them.
I have customers of all types.
Be honest with me. I won't tell anyone about your secrets. I just need to get a hold of them.
Oh, it's okay. There's people watching all the time anyways, so...
Yes, but it's hard sometimes to distinguish a vampire from just an average human.
Well, are vampires able to walk in daylight?
Well, it depends on how strong they are. It'd be more of an inconvenience for them than an actual death sentence.
Well, if you're asking to give a list of my customers, that I will not do.
Not a list, just tell me when they're around so that I may converse with them.
Oh. Are you not leaving soon anyways? According to the handsome one, you're leaving soon.
Yes, we're always leaving soon, but will they be in tonight, you know?
That I cannot answer.
I see.
I do not know their minds, but I do know that they are a great fan of your place, so they possibly might.
Very good. Well, if you see them, tell them that I am quite interested in meeting with them.
Very well.
Thank you, and thank you for the refreshment.
My pleasure.
You have a very lovely establishment here.
Thank you.
And he'll nod his head and step out from the back room.
And as you go, she says, and just remember, always watching.
I see. And he'll go back to his seat and tell the group, like, I'm going to go head back to the Ultros and make sure that Aziz isn't doing anything stupid.
It just goes up and says, I'm leaving after her tap for the talk with him.
Yeah. But enjoy your meal. I'm going to go make sure that dragon is behaving himself.
Sus. And also that about this time the bagpipes are full force, and you hear a piano start playing, and
Nico jumps up and starts doing a dancing jig.
He's gonna say in a raised voice, trying to get above all the noise. And I don't think I'd be able to enjoy my meal here anyways. And he'll excuse himself and leave.
all that work Demetrius did to get a Nico to quit drinking, all down the drain.
He's not plowed,
No.
but he's having some beers. He's not, hitting the whiskey or anything like that. He's just, putting back a couple beers. Not mixing. He's not mixing.
I'm gonna try and lift the table he's dancing on while taking a shot with the other hand.
Uh-oh. I lost you. Hang on a second. There we go. Sorry, I heard you're not mixing, and then my headset cut off for a second.
Yeah, he's not mixing alcohol. He's just drinking beer.
And I'm trying to lift the table he's dancing on with one hand while drinking a shot with the other.
Yeah, and you sure shit do. And Jocasta comes back. Put it down. Put him down. If you wreck it, you buy it. And if you hurt him, well, I'm gonna have to hurt you. Don't hurt him.
He's my friend.
But he's fragile.
I forget sometimes. He's not like Gravik, though. I mean, Gravik's very fragile.
Well,
Where is Gravik, anyways? Where'd he go? He's always wandering off.
That party pooper left.
He always runs.
He has to go see about his dragon again. So concerned about it.
No
He
doubt,
always
still
says that.
pretending.
He's
to
gonna
be
go
a
blind
playwright.
one of these days. He's gotta stop petting that dragon.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so let's pop over to Acadia as she's going to the Temple of the Sword?
Yep, the sword.
Cool. Doesn't even care about the boys or lunch, just... so as you come up, this humble temple rests on a small hill that overlooks the northeastern gate of Rija. It has no special ornamentation save for the temple symbol forged in iron. You can see warriors training in the open courtyard, moving through sword forms in slow, deliberate movements. Others are frozen in meditation.
Did she see anybody who looks like they're in charge?
She does.
And what are they?
There is a half-elf. Appears to be the leader.
So this is interesting because she's not really a melee fighter, but she does see the people meditating. Does it look like there are onlookers there?
No. And it is total silence. Even like the ones moving with their swords and stuff is completely silent.
Okay, she will bow and just go in for just stand right inside the doorway and bow. I mean, bow and then just stand right inside the doorway
All right.
and observe, just see if she can learn anything. She's gonna see, and my one set of AirPods is dying, so I'll have to switch. But she's actually gonna notice that the people meditating specifically about their breath, because the guy at the Temple of the Shadow said she breathed too loud, and it's not something that had ever occurred to her to control the sound of her breathing. She's always controlled the rate of her breathing, and she's wondering if she can pick up anything from watching them.
Is she going to like go up to them and kind of listen? Uh-oh, did we lose you?
She doesn't know. Well, she looks to see to catch the eye of the person who's in charge. She doesn't know if she's allowed to even walk in.
And he will give you a nod.
Okay, then she will walk in and just observe. Look like she's observed, and she'll observe the people meditating.
Okay. You notice some of them are breathing a little bit harder than others, and others are a little bit harder to hear.
Okay. And she looks around. Is there anything else of note that she notices? I'm gonna hold on. I need to switch to another set of AirPods.
Apple products. This is their time to talk shit about Apple.
Motherfuck me.
That's what Gravik wishes.
All right. I don't know. It's switching. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just doing it through my.
So one thing you notice, though, as you look around, that the leader, he is missing an arm, like his right arm.
Trying to think if she has heard of someone missing an arm. Gosh, that sounds familiar. Does it look? So I'm guessing he's missing an arm. He looks like he's. Does it look like he lost it in battle or something?
You just noticed that his the arm of, or the right arm of his tunic is kind of pinned up. Yeah.
Okay. But it's completely silent, so she doesn't feel like she should say anything. Is he in the middle of the room or something or is he at the edge or something?
It's at the edge.
Okay, she'll walk over to him at the edge and just bow to him.
And he nods back to you and does not speak.
Okay, well, she's not going to say anything because she doesn't know what that means. But that's all she notices. She's just gonna look around and see if there's anything possible other than that, and then she's gonna leave since it seems like they don't speak there.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything, or that's just like I'm not noticing anything?
No, you're just not noticing anything.
Okay, well then she will nod at him and leave and then bow. And then she's gonna head to... I'm guessing she's gonna go around. There's the gallery of paintings and the wind shrine.
Alright, gallery of paintings. Gravik was there.
Right, he just saw the people outside. He didn't go in.
Yeah, it's kind of like this square-shaped building in the northern end of the city. Has a dome-shaped tower, overlooks the east side, affording great views from the third floor. Open-air gallery. Inside is cool and quiet. Visitors speak in hushed, reverent tones, admiring the gallery's collection of hundreds of masterwork paintings. And
she's not. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, good.
She's not particularly interested in the art, but she would notice. She would look to see if there was anything in there that looked familiar to her. They give her a hint as to what the world is like, if there's picture paintings of what she thinks Narcissus might look like, or any kind of hints of Aresia or their history.
So there's only one painting that's kind of like people are kind of flocking around, and it's very well guarded. Other than that, everything is just kind of like just standard art.
Okay, would that be the one that was the Aresian King Caprathos, the Wolf Lord?
Correct.
Okay. And she would take a look at him and... does he look like a vampire?
How do you know what a vampire looks like?
I know. So, okay. Does he look like he's a... I don't know.
Well, she knows
like Gravik.
It does not look like Gravik.
Alright, so then she's going to leave, and then she's going to head over to the Wind Shrine. She's giving Halcyon enough time to try to reach the Queen before she heads back there, and she's just going to try to look around.
Alright, so going to the Wind Shrine. This shrine is seated on a hill in the northwestern corner of the city. It appears to be a fortified temple that overlooks the surrounding landscape, giving a clear view for miles. As you approach, you can hear the ringing of dozens of wind chimes.
Okay, she goes to investigate. Did she see anybody there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people here just kind of There's a bunch of. It looks more like a scouting, like scouts. They don't look like warriors, if you will.
Oh, so there are people. Are there like tourist or not? Touristy type people there besides the people who are there scouting?
Yes. And you also see. Looks like the person in command is a woman.
She would go up to her and bow and say greetings.
And she says, "Huh?"
Oh, she can't hear because it's so loud.
She says, "Speak up. I'm deaf. I'm half deaf."
And then she speaks louder and says, "Greetings, I am a visitor to your city."
Greetings, visitor to the city. What can I do for you?
And she says, "I am trying to learn about the different places in your city. Is this a lookout of some sort? And what are the uses of the chimes for you?"
These are we are the scouts who patrol the woods beyond Aresia. We here kind of share command of the scouts with the Temple of the Sword, and the chimes here are an indicator of the trade winds. And people who are here must have grown accustomed to the constant jangling of chimes, and it goes a little deaf. And when the chimes grow quiet, it usually signals a storm, or they call me for a storm.
And she says, do you have any words of wisdom or advice for me, being my first time in this city?
Don't grow attached to a man.
Arcadia kind of smiles and says, I don't think I'll have too much of a problem with that. But I thank you for your hospitality.
And she says, if you go to the Temple of Sword, don't get attached to Hero, because he won't marry you no matter how often or how many times you propose.
Okay. And she'll leave. She's gonna go through the Noble District, just kind of walking through it on the way back.
They will not allow you into the Noble District.
All right.
Oh.
She'll nod her head and skirt around it.
Okay.
And head back. There's a place called the Sanctuary. Well, the Ramsgate. I'm guessing she's can just walk through that. What is the place called? The Sanctuary.
The Sanctuary. That is.
Arcadia's on a mission.
Oh, it's part of the. It's part of the gym. It's attached to the gym.
Oh. Okay, so there's nothing specifically about it.
Well, I mean, it's attached to the gym. Like, you'd have to go through the gym, which you've already been to, so you wouldn't actually have seen it.
But, it's from the outside. Okay.
Yeah, it's from the outside.
It's a place where Demetrius fouled up.
And actually, speaking of the gym, as you're walking by, you notice that it's actually quiet. And if you go to investigate, you see that there's a closed sign on it.
Oh. All right. She's going to head back up because she figures that last. There's a merchant coalition. There's the Temple of Tranquility is kind of right where we walked in, so she can go over there later. She's going. How long has it been since she talked with Halcyon? It's not been that long, huh?
No, I mean, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours.
All right. Well, then she's gonna. If she wanders through the Hanging Gardens, she's not gonna notice anything different than the boys did, correct?
You never know, but probably more than likely. Especially unless the boys didn't tell you what they saw. Who knows?
Well, Kit mentioned that, and she's, you know what? She's going to stop by and go back to Kit, actually.
Okay.
And does she find her there?
She does.
And she says, because, she got the lock of hair from Darius the day before. And she would say, ask her, look for when she's not busy and they're in private.
Okay. Three customers go in, they do their shopping, and then they leave.
Okay, she would put her hand on her shoulder and she says, I think we found Darius. We used the lock of his hair to use magic to see where he was, or at least see him. We don't exactly know where he is.
And she says, and this helps me how?
She says, well, it tells you that he's alive, but it looks like he might have joined a group of rogue monks in the south that follow Orcus.
And she kind of furrows her brow.
Did he indicate any interest in Orcus when you were together?
No, but he's been bitching about how things need to be done a different way.
Well, yeah, so, yeah, Arcadia says, I'm sorry there were many of them, too many for us to defeat, and it seemed to me that he was there of his own free will. So all I can tell you is that he's not dead. I'm sorry.
And she just kind of looks at you and nods her head and says, I see.
And Arcadia says, I will be probably leaving tomorrow. Is there anything I can get you? Is there anything you need?
Nope. Since my no good for nothing husband doesn't want to be here, fuck it.
She will want to support her, and does she still have that potion of heroism?
She does.
And she will say, I can at least buy this from you to help you.
And she looks and says, it isn't cheap.
And Arcadia says, I know. Because you said, what, 2,000 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll take it.
Okay. And she will hand it over and say, well, thank you.
Alright, I'm reducing my gold pieces from 2,005 to 5. She says, I will come back as often as I can to check on you. And Arcadia looks sad and gives her a big hug.
And she very lightly hugs you.
And she will leave. And then she'll stop off at the Hanging Gardens if you want to RP that quickly. She would look around. She's a ranger. I mean, she is a survivalist. She'd probably appreciate what she sees.
Give me a was it a religion? I guess because there's nothing really here other than the olives. Yeah, no, it's a very pretty tree, and very
Okay.
pretty.
All right. She'll figures the boys have gone to the Red
What
Lotus.
FG theme is this? This is Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Oh, what
So there
theme?
she
I
is.
don't know what the theme is. It's that one.
She'll just go by to. She's really just doing the power tour of this place. So she'll look in the Red Lotus. It's
The
just
boys
a
are still.
typical,
The boys are
typical
still.
tavern.
Yeah, that's what the boys are.
Oh,
And it's very, very rowdy in there.
all right. She moves on. Is there anything in the Merchants Coalition or anything of interest there?
No, just some shopping.
Right, but it's pretty. It's where she got her headscarf, I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
just like
Well,
typical.
So it's the merchant. It's a headquarters, modest building near the marina, just southeast of Lions Gate. Sailors are hauling portions of their cargo here for inspection. So it's like the inspection before it can be loaded onto ships.
Okay. And then she'll slip over to, I believe. We'll see. I think she recalls something weird about the Tranquility. But she
The
kind
what?
of the Temple of Tranquility. She'd peek in there.
The temple stands at the top of a long, steep path that winds its way around the forest mountain in the south part of the city. Temple courtyard is decorated with white sand gardens and bamboo fountains. There is little sound except the shuffling of feet and the soft rustling of wind through the trees.
Okay. What is what the shuffling of feet? What are they doing there?
Masters, they are. What the hell are they doing? Oh, they're just doing like open hand techniques.
Right. Is there someone in charge?
Not that you can see.
All right. Well, she'd stand there for a little while and see if there's anything she can learn from them. And if not, she would. Actually, she would go back to the Temple of the Shield and just kind of wait there.
Okay. And as the how long are you gonna wait there?
She said that she would get an answer. She'll keep on waiting until because she can figure she can watch them train.
So you're like that, like a one of those kids who are like, I'm waiting. Like like when their parents say, "We'll get to it." I'm waiting.
She has a lot of patience.
All right. So
actually, you know what? Actually, what she would have done, she would have gone back to the Ultras, because Ultras is right by the city gates, right? By the Temple of Tranquility.
Yeah.
She'd go back there and let Gaia out of the bag, because Gaia's probably like hungry and thirsty.
Yeah. And when you let Gay out of the bag, it goes and runs over and pees for like 5 minutes. And you would see Gravik probably bitching with disease. So I'm assuming, yeah, because Gravik went back to the ship. And the three boys, you see some guards who come in. They're clad in like all black with like gold lapels on their shoulders, and they walk up to you. And as they do, the music kind of dies off, and they say, "You three with us now."
Uh-oh.
Do you acquiesce?
Amateurs will ask, well, what is this about?
No time for questions. You are going with us now. And one will go behind you and will kind of like, not like shove you, but kind of give you like a little push.
I won't move. I'll just wait for Corbin and Nico.
Corbin's just enjoying slamming back drinks and making a ruckus in the bar. He'll leave whenever everybody else is ready.
What's this about?
And Jocasta, the lovely dwarf woman, comes running over and asks them what it's about, and they say this is Queen's business. It has nothing to do with you.
What? Does Nico hear that?
Yes, you do.
The last time I checked, the Queen didn't want us in her palace.
And she says, Nico, my dear, I think you should go.
I'm gonna look at Corbin and Demetrius. I'm like, I think we should go. We should talk
sure?
to the Queen.
We can take these 3 chumps.
Yeah, but we
We're
tried
gonna
to
get
get.
the Queen anyway.
But we tried earlier and they wouldn't let us in. Now's our chance.
All right, but I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I'm having a good time.
All right, let's go.
Oh.
All right, and they will start leading you. And about this time, also, some guards come down to the ship, and as these Gravik and Arcadia, you hear some commotion, and you see some more guards, and they say, "You two with us now."
I'm not going anywhere, so I have to discipline my dragon.
And then Arcadia will say to Gaia, you stay here, stay with Verena, and I'll be back.
You have not seen Verena in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, she says, go to your quarters and stay here, and I'll be back.
Yes, my queen.
And so Arcadia bows and will go with the soldiers.
And they're saying, and him.
Gravik is just looking up at the mast, defiantly. Aziz, get down here! It's time to talk about what happened.
And Arcadia will say, Gravik, this is not the time, you need to come with us now.
Hey, just stick the Minotaurs on those guards.
Well, she would not just go directly, she'd ask, she'll ask where are you taking me?
You're on Queen's business now. No questions. We go now.
And she says to Gravik, this is for the Queen. You should go.
Give me a moment. Aziz, you can't be trusted to be on your own. You're coming with me.
And Aziz starts to say something, and Estrella flies up and whispers something, and Aziz sees the guards, and he gingerly flies down.
Good. We'll discuss what happened earlier, but for now, you're coming with me. I want to keep an eye on you.
I should probably say it goes without saying that Arcadia always has Nyx with her.
Yeah.
That fair, Aziz? Is that acceptable?
Aziz doesn't say anything and flies next to the guards.
I'm gonna walk up next to Aziz. We're gonna work on your attitude. No more lessons on magic until you learn some respect and discipline.
And
Arcadia just looked at him and said, man, you tried to train the basilisks, you would have been stoned by now.
So they lead all of you. So eventually, they meet up. We all meet up right outside. They bring you inside the palace, all of you at once. So the palace sits at the highest point of Asia, overlooking the gardens. The architecture is elegant, and I mentioned all that earlier. So as you come in, you see they bring you in kind of to like the throne room, and you see a woman who looks like this, staring at all of you. She looks very pissed And that's where we will pick it up maybe next week. Maybe not. I don't know yet.
To get pulled into a brunch.
I don't know yet. I don't find things out until like 2 or 3 days beforehand because that's how it goes. You know that's how it goes.
I have a get out of brunch free card. My Father's Day gift.
I know. But yeah, so now you're in the Queen's chambers, sus. And she does look kind of pissed, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
I have no idea why. We've been perfect gentlemen. We didn't even kill anybody yet.
Yeah, we haven't. It's amazing.
What did you do this time?
Yeah, it's amazing you haven't started any actual fights. But yeah.
Well, we're a little gun shy. Every shopkeeper is level 20.
Not everyone. Actually, the only person you fought was a Grandmaster, and yeah, they're going to be high level. They're a freaking Grandmaster. They have to be high level.
Yeah,
The Grandmaster,
I'm
the
sure the
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster probably get their ass kicked by the local cat mead merchant that we saw.
The Grandmaster of the Queen's Elite Guards. Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it sounds like a perfect candidate to do this business for instead of us.
Oh, she's like, yeah. I mean, you're the ones who've been wanting an audience and wanting to get in there. So,
I just changed my mind.
Oh, yeah, just changed your mind.
Back.
It's a horse's prerogative.
Attempted to seduce her.
You're not that kind of Bart, though.
Yeah, but I got the stats for it.
You got the what?
I got the stats and skills for it.
I know you do.
Except you never use them.
Except you
If
never.
Travis starts acting like a bard, it's going to be very confusing.
Very sussy. Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, it's under vampirism. He must be charmed by her."
Corbin still has a good supply of garlic. It's all right.
Garlic.
Katie would have been happy to see her by herself, which was her plan, but
Katie
But-
tried so hard.
Too damn bad. And if we piss her off, she's gonna say,
Yeah, bash him.
And half the crew is plowed by now.
"Yeah,
Corbin-
oh yeah, because all the booze, you got the booze back onto the ship." And then she'll look at Gravik and say,
Motherfuck me.
Well, I don't usually into that kind of thing, but I think it would help us in this situation, so sure. Where's your bed chambers?
the bard comes out. Are you doing this because Robin is listening?
"Yes, I am," because those are all her. It's all her.
I know you said that.
But yeah, I'll know like probably Thursday or Friday if we're going.
Cool.
Good.
And maybe we'll finally get into some battle next time. Maybe, probably not, but who knows?
Well, at least Arcadia.
I just want to get back on plot. Corbin's going to start
Yeah.
cracking heads if he doesn't get answers to the plot.
Yeah, I would say at least Arcadia zoomed through the whole city because I know that's what she's doing. So you guys get back onto this.
We checked every location.
You went everywhere you could possibly go, ignoring a plot hook or two, and just like, oh, fuck it.
Corbin
Well, I
taps
can't
it.
imagine
Oh,
that
you're
Demetrius isn't
satisfied.
gonna piss off the queen.
Demetrius pissed her off? No way.
Turns out she's into horses. She's like that one Greek queen. Or was it? Oh, Russian queen, actually.
From now on, he shall be known as Demetrius the Cool-Headed.
Demetrius the Queen Layer. Okay.
We called the Queen of the Amazon Hag in a week, so I can't wait to watch this.
Oh, that's right. Alright, stream. We're done. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next week. Take care.